She also had a meeting with a VI BBCP.
You mean a very important BBC person?
Oh yes, at the BBC Central London HQ Broadcasting House.
This is 2LO, the London station of the British Broadcasting Company calling.
I'm glad to have the opportunity of saying a few words.
I've decided to learn to be a plumber.
Our economic life, many
Forgotten the whole roar of
This was their finest hour.
How's your tongue?
Turn up the wall, it's Mrs. Martin.
It's a different tiddly pom, said Poodle.
Morning, Katie Hill from Blue Peter. I'm here to see the legendary radio announcer Richard Bacon Blythe-Jones.
Bacon
Yeah.
Blythe Jones.
I'm in a bit of a rush.
No, sorry, no one heard of that name. Never heard of him.
Well, you must have done. He was one of the BBC's first ever announcers 75 years ago. The man is a legend in his own newscast. Look, he's meant to be teaching me everything he knows about radio, OK? Up in the council chamber, and I'm already late. Please, I've got to go up there. I'm late.
God, just go away.
Let me through.
Take the lift. The council chamber's on the second floor. It's first and left.
Thank you.
Madam.
Yes.
By the way, strange things happen in the council chamber.
Ooh.
Be careful.
I'm in a time warp. Mr. Bacon Blythe-Jones.
This is 2LO calling. Here follows a history of the BBC. October 1922, the British Broadcasting Company is formed with a staff of just 4 people. Within a month, more than 1,010 shilling or 50 pence licences had been issued, and the BBC started transmitting broadcasts from London. At first, few people listened in, and the signal transmitted just 20 miles. By 1927, under the leadership of the first Director General, Sir John Reith, a royal charter is granted, and the British Broadcasting Company becomes the British Broadcasting Corporation, or, more affectionately, Auntie.
Mr. Bacon Blythe-Jones.
Madam, we are in the middle of a news announcement. Please try and restrain yourself. Early BBC transmissions, as today, catered for all tastes. There was news.
Now we're taking you over to Montreal, where Captain Bissett of the Ascania will describe last week's rescue in mid-Atlantic.
Drama.
Thus to go about.
For every bear that ever there was.
Children's programs.
Because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic.
Level, I should think. I'm not quite sure. It must be level.
Sport.
Up the stroke. I think Cambridge are ahead. I don't know who's ahead. It's either Oxford or Cambridge. It's neck and neck the whole way over.
Variety. This is the BBC's Dancing Daughters, my favourite. Music, here's Henry Hall's BBC Orchestra. Oh. 1932. The BBC moves into its... Miss Hill, I presume.
Yes.
Yes, you're late. Right, now you're here to learn about the airwaves, are you not?
That is correct.
Hmm?
Can I have a go?
Can you have a go? Really? Absolutely not. 1932. The BBC moves into its new home in London, Broadcasting House. It was designed for 700 people on 12 floors and in 350 offices. And then, in 1936...
This is direct television from the studios at Alexander Palace. And now you're going to see and hear someone you know well.
Television. It'll never take off, you know.
If the British Empire and its Commonwealth last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour.
During the Second World War, through the Home Service, Auntie Beeb served a vital role by keeping up the nation's morale, while at the same time broadcasting information and encouragement to the occupied countries on the World Service.
Mr. Mr. Bacon Blythe Jones, where are we?
It's the 1950s, Miss Hill. This is the BBC Radio Theatre. You wanted to broadcast? Well, now is your big chance. Take this, read it, and I shall go over there and do the sound effects.
Listen with Mother. Good afternoon.
I'm going to tell you a story about my naughty little brother. It's called The Stranger at the Door. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin.
One windy evening,
Windy evening.
my little brother and I were sitting reading by the fireplace. My little brother said, "Listen," and pointed to the window. We could hear the sound of horses' hooves. The sound became louder and louder, and then stopped. And then stopped. My naughty little brother and I were both very scared, and then we heard the gate open and the sound of footsteps coming towards the door. They got closer and closer and then stopped. My little brother and I were now very, very scared.
My little brother said, "Oh," and we both ran to hide in the cupboard.
To hide in the cupboard. And heard Father's voice bellow, "Hello, it's only me." It wasn't a stranger at our door after all. Oh, broadcasting, it's just so...
BBC?
BBC One, BBC Two, BBC Three, BBC Four, BBC Five, BBC Six, BBC Seven, BBC Heaven.
That's right, Pop Pickers, 1967. The BBC reinvents itself and Radio 1 bursts onto the airwaves. All right. 1994 sees the birth of Radio 5 Live, a station dedicated to 24-hour news and sports. And now it is time for a check on the sport, so let's go to Field Mill, and our reporter Dean Jackson is there. It's been...
Bacon, Blythe Jones, you're not fooling anyone, love.
We're on air at the
No,
moment.
we're not. Nobody
Yes,
believes
we
you. This isn't a real studio. Nothing's even plugged in. In fact, we've been through 7 decades of radio, and all you've let me do is one little story where I'm off to meet someone who knows something about 90s radio, and I'm sure they'll let me do something, but hey, you keep playing.
Sorry about that.
It's Radio 1 and Top Man, Mark Goodyear.
Hello,
what
welcome.
An honour. I tell you, I never thought I would be at Radio 1. It's fantastic.
You've
to meet you.
arrived.
I've arrived. Now, this looks fantastic. This is obviously the future, isn't it?
Well, this is in between the past and the future. This is not absolutely the state of the art. We're not running. We're still playing CDs. We're still playing mini discs. And in the future, we'll probably just have everything on computer discs. But right now, this studio can be heard on DAB. This is digital audio broadcasting. All the BBC networks are currently on DAB in the London area.
We'll be listening to you on digital. The future is definitely digital, but at the moment, there's a big microphone looking at me.
Do you want to go?
Can I do something?
Yeah, you have a go.
Oh, the power. I'm at Radio 1 and I'm about to do something.
Put the headphones on.
What do I do?
We'll find you a jingle. You can...
I'll do a dedication.
And then play your jingle.
And then play my jingle. Here we go. This is Katie Hill at Radio 1, sending out a very special happy birthday message to the one and only Auntie.
It'll be the breakfast show next.
Oh, the power, I tell you. At my fingertips. And to mark 75 years of the BBC, there is a special exhibition which opens on October the 30th, but sadly, Bacon Blythe Jones won't be there.
Very sadly.